Sally, that girl, in the kitchen. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sally, that girl, in the kitchen. In today's episode, we're going to be making another challah, but this time we're going to be making a savory challah. We're going to be stuffing it with garlic. Yes, you heard me right, garlic. This is going to be a garlic, olive oil, parsley, and sea salt challah. It is divine. You are going to love it. So stay tuned and let's get started. For today's recipe, you will need 2 3/4 cups bread or all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/4 cup sugar plus another 1.5 teaspoon separate, 1 cup warm water, 2 1/4 teaspoons active dry yeast, and 2 3/4 tablespoons of vegetable oil plus 1 more tablespoon separate. You will also need some good quality olive oil, kosher salt, and a full head of garlic. For the egg wash that we will be brushing onto our challah before baking, you will need 1 beaten egg with just a touch of water added to it. You will also need some dried parsley, some coarse sea salt, and some dried minced garlic. So now that you've gotten all of your ingredients together, let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is finely chop your head of fresh garlic and put it into a small saucepan. Then you're going to want to pour in a healthy drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Turn your stovetop on to low and gently simmer your garlic until fragrant. We are not looking to brown the garlic. What we want is to soften it and let it release all its beautiful flavors into the olive oil. Once your garlic has softened and is smelling deliciously fragrant, remove it from the heat and add to it about a tablespoon of your dried parsley. Then take your mixture and place it in a bowl. To that, add some kosher salt. This you should do to your liking. Now that our garlic filling is ready, let's work on making our dough. Add your flour to a large bowl. To the flour, make a well in the center. Then add around the well your sugar and your salt. Set your bowl aside. Grab your water and warm it up a bit in the microwave. To the warm water, you want to add your active dry yeast and you want to add the sugar that we had set aside. Then mix them together well with a fork and bring all the ingredients together. Now we're going to let the ingredients sit. We want to let our yeast activate. The process should take about 5 minutes. You will quickly start to see the water become foamy. That's perfect. That's what we want. Now set that yeast mixture aside and grab your dry ingredients. To them, you are going to add that yeast mixture right into that center well. Then, with the use of a dough whisk, a whisk, or a large fork, start bringing your wet and your dry ingredients together. We are looking to form a cohesive mixture, trying to pick up all the dry areas in the bowl. Then, as you see your mixture starting to come together, add your oil. Continue to mix until all the oil is absorbed. Then, using your hands, remove the dough off of your dough whisk and start to knead the dough with your hands. You're going to continue this process for a full 10 minutes. The idea is to bring the dough together and to form a beautifully cohesive ball of dough. If you need to sprinkle on a little flour because it's sticking too much to your fingers, then do so. But if you don't need to, then just continue to knead until you have a nicely formed dough. Now place your dough ball back into your bowl and grab your tablespoon of oil and drizzle it on top. Use your hands to make sure the ball is completely coated in oil, then grab your lid and cover your bowl. If you don't have a lid, that's fine, just use plastic wrap.
Now set a 2-hour timer to let your dough rise. During those 2 hours, find a draft-free spot to leave your bowl of dough. If you like, you can use your oven turned off, but if you do, then make sure you let people know that there's something in there so they don't turn your oven on. So now that 2 hours have passed, your dough is ready to be worked on. Uncover your dough and punch your dough down about 4 or 5 times to release the gases. Lightly flour your work area. Now turn your bowl over onto your counter and let the dough release itself. Once your dough is on your counter, you are going to portion it. Use a dough scraper or a knife to make your portions. I'm going to use 6 portions because I'm going to be creating a 6-strand challah braid. Now take your portions and roll them into balls. To avoid the portions of dough drying out while you work, cover them with plastic wrap. Now one by one, with the help of a rolling pin, roll each of the balls of dough out as shown. Once you've rolled them all out, grab your garlic filling and distribute the mixture amongst the 6 pieces of dough. Once you've done so, grab a spoon and using the back side of it, spread the mixture out evenly amongst the 6 pieces of dough. Now one by one, we're going to grab each of our sections of dough and we are going to roll them over as shown to form ropes. Carefully do so and try to keep all the garlic filling inside the rope. You're going to do the same procedure 6 times until you have formed 6 strands of dough. Once you have your 6 strands, you can braid into the braid of your choice. I am going to be making a 6-strand challah braid, but if you're not ready for that, a regular 3-stranded braid will work just fine. Once your braid is formed, place some parchment paper on top of a baking tray and spray it with some non-stick spray. Put your challah braid on it and then cover it with plastic wrap and let it rise for another 30 to 45 minutes. In the meantime, preheat your oven to 350 degrees, making sure you have a rack in the center of the oven. Once your challah has finished rising, we are going to grab an egg, beat it, add a little water to it, and then use it to give your challah a really nice coating of egg wash. Once you've finished coating your challah, then you're going to start sprinkling. We are going to use our dried minced garlic, then we are going to use our dehydrated parsley, and finally we're going to use our coarse salt. These are the beautiful toppings that are going to give our challah color and amazing flavor. And plus, that salt will give it a little extra crunch. Put your challah into bake and set a 15-minute timer. After the 15 minutes are up, take it out, turn it around, and set another 15-minute timer. Now your challah is ready. It is golden and delicious and filled with a savory surprise. There is nothing better than the smell of fresh baked challah. Delicious. And this version, even more so.
How I wish you could smell this. It smells amazing. It is filled with garlic and parsley and that savory olive oil with just a touch of salt. Oh, it smells incredible. But don't trust me, you're gonna have to try to make this recipe yourself. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And of course, subscribe to my channel for all the amazing recipes I have planned for you. See you next time.
Sally.